I've had a nightmare. I'm not even going to lie. Right, I'm going to get my curtains open. I've tried to do this vlog a few times. I'll tell you about it in a minute. But this is just have a look at this footage. I've been trying to sort this camera out because this is the Lumix GH5 Mark II. I've been trying to sort out this for night shooting. This is what I tried to do for the time warp, and it looks like something from Back to the Future. Watch this, and I'll be back in a minute. Yes, I've had a nightmare. Okay, so how you go? Anyway, guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to a brand new vlog. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. Yes, I didn't upload last week. You can see it. And there you go. And that's the remnants of my vlogging camera. Yes, I reversed over. I reversed over my camera, didn't I? Yeah, absolute idiot. So I've had to get another lens because the Sony cameras are much better at capturing footage at night. The aperture is brilliant, and you could see from this clip, it just picks up the light so much better than the Lumix. Now the Lumix is more expensive. It's better in the daytime. The quality is much better. You can go 6K with this, but the vlogging camera was what I used to stream with when I used to stream. I've not streamed since Christmas. That's another story. But yeah, I ran over my camera, so I've had to get another lens and try and get some night shots as much as possible. Now this lens is brilliant. It's a Leica lens, and it's so good. As what you saw when I was doing the curtains, that was my first attempt at trying to do a time-lapse, time warp, so I could put it in the video. It quite clearly didn't work. I know why you're all here, because you want to hear the story. Okay, what happened? Okay, so I was working for NEP, so this was last year in the summertime. Where I lived is like a motorway, a bypass that goes up, and it goes up to a roundabout called Hattersley roundabout. Okay, so as you're coming up the bypass, it goes into two lanes, but they get into the left lane because as you go around the roundabout, you stay in the left lane and it goes into a single lane which goes up towards Glossop. Now what people do, they think they're being clever, so what they do, they go in the outside lane, and everybody's queuing up, but you get some smart Alexes and they go in the outside lane, and what they do, they bypass everybody, and then as the road goes into one lane, they just cut straight in. So on this particular day, I think I've got to check the camera, but I think it was about 4:30. So everybody was in the outside lane, the outside lane, ready to queue up and ready to go up to Glossop. And as I got round the roundabout, I went into the single lane. As I went round the corner, obviously, as I turn, the bulkhead of the trailer sticks out, and I can't really see what's down the right-hand side of me. So these three guys in a Mercedes, covered in designer clothes, I'll let you figure it out, gold rings, designer caps. So as I go around the corner, there's a barrier on my right hand side. These guys thought they were being clever and tried to cut in. Well, I couldn't see down my right side, so I just trundled along, going really slow. I think it was about 3 miles an hour because obviously because of the traffic. That time of day, the traffic is really bad, and you know, you're in the traffic jam for a good 20 minutes. These guys decided to be clever, cut all that out. As I turned left, as I went around the corner, the bulkhead came out and I couldn't see, so they tried to sneak in. I don't know how they thought they could have done it. And as I was going round, they got trapped on the barrier, and I heard crunch, 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 crunch. And I'm like, oh my God. And any lorry driver, any lorry driver, you know, they've got this, we've all got a little bit of fear that, you know, 95% of lorry drivers, we love driving lorries, you know, we love the open road, we love our own boss, there's nobody looking over our shoulder, but there is a fear because it's always going to be your fault unless you've got cameras. That's why there's cameras all over the truck, dash cam, as you've seen on the last video. I also 90% of the time film everything just in case, but this day I wasn't filming, sadly enough, because it would have been an amazing vlog. I don't think I'd even got it on YouTube, to be fair. But anyway, they got trapped behind between the halfway down the trailer. So what I did, I pulled over to the left, carried on, which gave them a gap. So they shot in front of me, and as I got past the barriers, they shot in front of me and literally stopped horizontal in front of the truck, so I couldn't go anywhere. One of them got out, and stupidly enough, I just didn't think, because I thought it was going to be reasonable. You know, the first thing you don't think of is to lock the doors. So as he came round, he flung the door open. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And he starts abusing me, swearing at me, trying to grab my foot, spitting at me. Now, this was in the middle of the pandemic. Literally spitting in my face. Dirty, dirty man. Spitting at me. And he was trying to pull my foot. So I was booting him away from the truck. Literally kicking him in his chest, trying to get him away. And as I looked round, I saw two of the doors open. And I thought to myself, right, I've got two choices here. I can wait till those two guys come round, then there's three people trying to pull me out of the truck, or I can step out of the truck and face them full on. Now the adrenaline was going when you come into a confrontation like that, but your adrenaline starts kicking in, and that, I don't even want to call it fear. I think it's just adrenaline. It's not fear, but it comes in hand with adrenaline. You switch on, everything becomes heightened. You know, you're looking around, you're ready for whatever's going to come to you, and that's the adrenaline kicking in. I think people know that. That's the adrenaline kicking in. So I thought to myself, I've got two choices. I can wait till they all pull me out. And now this is quite high up. This must be about 7 foot, maybe 6.5 foot, 7 foot in the air. The door's open. There's a guy grabbing hold of my foot. Now, if those two would have come round and helped him, and they would have pulled me out of the truck, I'd have gone horizontal and probably cracked me out on the floor, and they'd have just kicked me in. And I thought, I'm not having that. So I stepped out of the truck and confronted the situation head on. They had gold rings on the fingers, big thick gold chain. Well, I managed to snap one of them. And they was punching me in my head. And I can remember just thinking, I just gripped him, because I was fighting back as well, but there's three of them. And the traffic was slowing down, and everyone was like just watching what was going on, and nobody got out and helped. Not one person. There's a couple of civilians. That's the army talk. Civilians, just normal people. There's a guy, must have been about 30, and was like, "Come on, guys, please stop. Right, you can't do this. You need to stop." And I'm like, "Mate, there's three of them on one. What do you want me to do?" I'm not gonna just, "Right, guys, let's stop now." You know, and they're attacking me. You know, it was an accident. Whoever's fault it was, it doesn't really matter. Those three have come now to try and drag me out of the truck and beat me up. I'm none of it. And there's another lady came and sort of was stood off to one side. Obviously she couldn't do much, but I managed to get one in a headlock, another one in the headlock, and one in the middle. So I had all three guys like this, and I was squeezing. I was like, you know, I didn't go down. That's the main thing. I didn't go down. Don't get me wrong, before I should have said this at the beginning, I am not a hard man. I don't proclaim to be. I just will stand up for myself. If I saw somebody getting beat up, I would step in, regardless of, and I would try and help, you know, diffuse it. I don't like fighting at all. I don't condemn it. No, that's not the word. I don't, you know, say it's a good thing to do. But sometimes in some situations, you know, you have to. You have to stand up for yourself, because if you don't, you're the one who's going to be coming off a lot worse. It all calmed down, and because they could, and I said to them, there's three onto one. There's three guys onto one, and you still couldn't put me down. My adrenaline was going. I was shaking a little bit. So they decided to attack the truck. They pulled the windscreen wipers off. They tried to pull the wing mirror off. They couldn't do it. I think it was out of pure frustration. That was basically it. Yeah, three guys tried to drag me out of the truck. This is what I looked like. I had a ripped t-shirt. They didn't do much damage. I don't know what they thought they was going to do. Anyway, I'm going in. So there is more to the story, because I actually contacted the police. Now, I felt like how good they were. But anyway, I'm going to go in now, and I'll carry on the story later. Got my favourite food, chilli. Love a bit of chilli. I've already had it once today already. Right, so I'm going to eat this and I should tell you the rest in 1 second. That chilli was amazing. I'm not even going to lie. The food here, to say it's free, you know, and they serve about 400 people a night, it's pretty good. I'm so lucky. I do drive down for 2 hours. I get unloaded, have something to eat for free. I park up for, what time is it now? 9:30, 10:30, 11, 12, 1, 2, probably about 5 hours. Get my head down and yeah, and get paid for it. Then 2 hours back. So the only hard part about it is that working nights, it definitely plays a part in sort of your social life and relationships and stuff. But anyway, right, what was I saying? Yeah, so yeah, that's basically what happened. I don't condone fighting. I don't condone violence or nothing like that. But I just realised that I was in a situation that I had to do something. Otherwise, I would have come off worse. But I called the police, gave them the information, gave them the photos, gave them the registration, got the names of the witnesses, passed them all on, and they just dragged their feet. I had to keep pursuing them to find out what was going on. And I saw them a couple of times, you know. They went to the person's, where the car's registered at their address, that address. They apparently didn't know nothing about what had happened. They verified it was that car. They can't find the guys. So yeah, that's quite shocking when you think about it. I even got an email. I spoke to, I think the lady's name was Jill, I think, and she called me up, said there's nothing we can do. We've done all this investigation and we can't find anything. We can't follow it through. Okay, fair enough. But then I get an email from them, or a letter, I can't remember which, saying that due to you not being in correspondence with us, we have now closed the case. I was like, what do you mean? I've done everything you've asked of me, and I've corresponded with you all the way, and I've even had I'm not sure there's a phone call or an email from the officer who was dealing with the case saying, look, we've tried everything and we can't find the people. But then the very next day I get an email saying, yeah, you've not sort of like done your part. So yeah, that's where we stand with that. So the case is closed, couldn't find the people that did it, and it could have been a lot worse when you think about it. It could have been a lot worse, you know. You hear stories in the past, not so much now, of lorry drivers getting attacked, getting, I think I remember one guy getting stabbed and one guy died. And at the time you don't think about it, you just, you know, you try and make a decision best at the situation you're in at the time. And if I'd have done it again, I'd have probably realised and put the locks on the, so every time I leave anywhere now, I put the locks on the truck, because I don't want to be in that situation again, you know. It is what it is. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get my head down and I'm going to sleep now, because it is now 10:15 and I'm absolutely shattered. I've been trying to do this vlog, okay? You've seen the camera, run over the camera. I think, I've got to check, but I think it's still working. I just can't see what's on the screen. So therefore I can't change any of the settings. So if it's still working, I think all it's going to take is for me to change or get a new LCD screen for the camera, which will be a bonus. But yeah, I've been trying to figure out this camera. This Lumix is a brilliant camera. You can see, you know, some of them shots I've done on the way down here. It looks amazing. It looks a little bit yellow. I can't help that. It's got a high aperture, so it lets in a lot of light. But I've got to still play around with it even more. So it's taken me a few attempts to get it right. Hopefully I've got it right. I've still got to play around with it. There's still things I need to do, but I'm getting there with the camera. Oh, I was going to mention the garden. It's come to a complete standstill. The weather has been that bad. It's literally rained constantly for 2 weeks now, and I think it's going to be raining all week as well. I'm going to try and get in at the weekend and do some more to it, because I'm so close to finishing off putting the top boards at the top deck in. I might bring somebody in to do the bottom. I'm not too sure yet. I've got to figure that out. But the top is getting there. But what I want to do, I want to stain it, but I can't stain it until it's dry. So I'm going to catch 22, but we're getting there, Right, I'm going to get my head down and I shall see you guys soon, because I'm knackered. No, in you go, in you go. Hello. Oh, good boy. You miss me? Hey? You miss me. Yes. Let's go for walkies. Right guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. You probably noticed I didn't put the guys' faces on because, well, you know, it is what it is. It happened, but I've got a family, I've got kids, and I don't want any sort of repercussions coming back. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to take this boy for a walk now, and I'm going to chill out and relax. Go to bed. Right, come on, let's go for walkies.